Hello, I am Mac, at least for a day. In this video, I will be traveling to and showcasing RetiredScout01's Center of Excellence, but also I will be discussing my kind of a review of No Man's Sky, or look at what's happened with No Man's Sky so far, and kind of my predictions and thoughts for the future of No Man's Sky. Now, RetiredScout01 is actually another alternate PlayStation ID for McLizard420, and he also had the Void Warrior 420 base as well. So this is actually McLizard420's third CoE. So if you want to visit this Center of Excellence that I'm heading for, you need to go to the Spacing Guild website, look up McLizard420's CoE article, and then find his Retired Scout. And this is normal mode. Find his Retired Scout's portal address. So anyway, it's 9 minutes away, so I'm going to walk and talk and about, well, first of all, what kind of sparked this was a forum post on the Atlas CSD forum. That's basically the official No Man's Sky discussion forum now. And the name of that post was, I think it was What's Next for No Man's Sky, which I think is what I'm going to name this video. What's Next for No Man's Sky, not meant to be negative. And in that post, the author wrote that he was basically kind of disappointed with the 1.3 update, that it didn't really meet his expectations, and he felt that a lot of the things Hello Games added to the game didn't really enhance the gameplay very much. Now, I sort of agree with it, but I also disagree. I disagree that 1.3 wasn't good. I think 1.3 was an incredibly amazing, awesome update to No Man's Sky. But I do kind of agree with him that I'm a bit worried about the future of No Man's Sky. And the reason for that is there doesn't seem to be a lot more big features, at least that I can think of, that they could add to the game that would enhance the gameplay. We've got multiplayer now, we've got bases, vehicles, owning freighters, NPC side missions, a major storyline and lore. I can't really think of any totally new feature that we don't have yet. We even have terrain manipulation, which a lot of people said we needed something like that in order to be more like Minecraft or whatever, because now you can actually build whatever you want anywhere. But so now it almost seems like 1.3 was a bit too much, because now I can't really think of any new thing that they haven't added yet. I mean, can you? Tell me in the comments if you can think of any. And I'm not talking about changing the features that we have. A lot of people are going to say, oh, we need better multiplayer. Yes, I agree, we need more features to multiplayer, but that's not a totally new feature. They could change the multiplayer, but it would just be a change to an existing system. What I'm saying is I can't think of any totally new thing that they could add to the game. Even portals. We have portals now. That was a big thing that people cited for a long, long time. We had the trailer of portals before the game released, and then when the game came out, portals weren't functional. They were in the game, but we couldn't use them. So people always said, we've got to have portals. The game won't be complete until we have portals. Now we have portals. I just went through one. And so that's in the game. So that's another feature that everyone used to think we had to have, and now we have it. So I can't think of any totally new thing that they could add to the game. Obviously they could enhance what we have. We could have better planet variety. We could have more types of planets, better creatures, better plants, better rocks, better buildings, better more variety in ships, more variety in NPCs, and then they could also add more story, more lore. They could add more features to multiplayer, and so on and so forth. So, but that's all that I can think of. I can only think of them enhancing what we have. I can't think of any new feature that we don't have that would totally change the game, or totally be a game changer. And the reason I say that is because, and people are going to say it's stupid of me to have this dream, but I kind of had a dream that once they like really added everything that No Man's Sky needed, it would become like one of the most popular games ever. It would regain all the popularity it had. When No Man's Sky first released, 250,000 some people were playing it on the PC alone. So it was actually nearly 500,000 with PS4 added in. And then right after the release, those numbers tanked all the way down to like, well, after about a month, it went all the way down to like 1,000 simultaneous players. So it started out like 500,000 people playing all at once, and then immediately, of course, because of all the controversy, all of the dissatisfaction with the game, with the features the game had when it came out, it went down to almost no popularity whatsoever. In fact, it became popular and trending to make fun of No Man's Sky and to insult it and say how bad it was and make jokes about how bad it was and so on and so forth. And so that was the trending thing on YouTube and other places. What if you wanted views, you make a negative No Man's Sky video, because that's what everybody was getting all the views for, was making negative No Man's Sky videos. That's over now. Those dark days are done. It's no longer popular to make fun of No Man's Sky. It's kind of popular to say good things about No Man's Sky. But for the most part, No Man's Sky is kind of out of the public eye now. It's hardly anyone talks about it, other than fans of the game and maybe a few trolls that are still hanging around to make fun of it. It's mostly kind of lost interest in the popular community. And here we are at Retired Scouts Center of Excellence. You can tell this is a McLizard base, because McLizard always tries to maximize the amount of plants he has. So it's a cold planet. He's planted as much frostwort outside as he possibly can. It looks like this base makes insulating gel. Is it called insulating gel still? I think so. But yeah, you can see what the base looks like. I want to keep talking about, I'm going to keep talking what I was talking about. So, like I said, it seems to me that there's not really anything else that Hello Games could do that would... Okay, so No Man's Sky is... there's kids screaming outside my house. Don't know what's going on out there. But anyway, yeah, so it seems like No Man's Sky is, I mean, it's respectable. It has a respectable amount of popularity, but I don't think it doesn't seem like there's any way it's ever going to get back up to the really popular point that it was before it released and when it had first released. Oh, nice, he's got a 16. Unless there's some new feature that I can't think of that they could add to it. And a lot of people kind of said the same. And the people in the discussion post that I mentioned, none of them could really think of any totally new feature. All they could do was say all the features that need to be enhanced. They didn't really introduce any new ideas. Now, the only feature that I can think of that the game's kind of missing, and you would only know about this because of the storyline, and I'm going to put a spoiler alert in the title of this video, but so basically from the storyline of No Man's Sky, the storyline of No Man's Sky is incomplete. Right now, the reality, the galaxies, the universe of No Man's Sky is breaking down. It's becoming warped. It's realities are crashing into each other. That's why multiplayer is possible now, because every traveler is in a separate reality. The reason we can see each other is because our realities are melding together because the universe is being destroyed. And basically that's because the universe of No Man's Sky is a simulation created by the Atlas. And we're not, I mean, from the lore it seems like it could be either two things. It could be some kind of computer glitch that's inside the Atlas that's destroying it, or something outside of the Atlas, possibly a black hole, is like destroying the computer that is the Atlas. But it's hard to say if that's truly what's happening, or if the Atlas is just predicting its own demise and that's creating a glitch that's destroying the universe. I don't know. It's very weird. But so obviously that whole dilemma has to be figured out. So they've got to add more storyline to, I mean, they can't destroy the universe. If they destroyed the universe, the game would be deleted and nothing would exist anymore. So there's got to be some way we can prevent the universe of No Man's Sky from being destroyed, unless they're planning to just suspend everything and say that, oh, the end is coming soon, but we're going to keep adding features to the game and nothing bad's ever really going to happen. We're just going to keep pretending like the end is coming soon, but the end will never actually come. I don't think they're going to do that. That doesn't make much sense. So I think eventually, and the problem is, if the Atlas's computer is being destroyed, then there's nothing we can do to stop the end of the universe. If a black hole is really about to destroy the Atlas's terminal or whatever, then nothing logical could ever save it. The only possibility is if there was something outside of the simulation, or something outside of, okay, so now we're getting really into it here. Okay, so let's say that we're in a simulation which is inside of the Atlas computer, and then the Atlas computer itself is in a universe that is also a simulation inside another computer. So if the Atlas's computer is about to be destroyed, the only way it could be saved is if somebody outside of the Atlas's simulation were to do something to save the Atlas from being destroyed. I think that's a possibility because of some lore that talks about a figure coming to the Atlas right before it's destroyed. I don't know. That's basically the only Deus Ex Machina I can think of that would save it. That Deus Ex Machina is a literary device that basically makes something impossible happen in order to rescue the antagonist or the characters from some inescapable dilemma that can't be solved without something impossible happening. But okay, so as far as gameplay goes, how would that translate into something good for gameplay that would make No Man's Sky popular again? The only thing I can think of that we really don't have access to yet is the World of Glass. Now, the World of Glass is alluded to over and over in the lore of No Man's Sky. In fact, it was alluded to when No Man's Sky first came out. The Abandoned Building lore talks about a world filled with razor crystals that will cut you with an edge so fine, and as your lifeblood gushes out to feed the cracked landscape, this will come back to you too late, too late. I love that line. But so basically, the World of Glass, it's a horrible, dark, evil place where the world, it wants to kill you and also preserve you. The grave lore, when you get glyphs, also talks about this. Basically, the Sentinels discovered the World of Glass. It's something inside of the Atlas's programming. So the World of Glass, the Sentinels use it. That's why the Sentinels kill travelers. They kill travelers, then they trap travelers in the World of Glass and preserve them for all eternity. So basically that's what it is. The World of Glass is like the hell of the No Man's Sky universe. It's where bad travelers that have, destroyed planets or done other things that the Sentinels don't like, they get killed and sent to the World of Glass. So, and of course some people are going to say, oh, the World of Glass is the exotic planets, because the exotic planets resemble the World of Glass in some ways. There's crystal exotic planets, and there's the computer chip planets, and the gravitational anomaly planets, as I call them. Those all kind of resemble the World of Glass, but I am pretty sure that those, though they may be related to the World of Glass, they may be like the reality of the World of Glass leaking into this reality. I don't think they're the true World of Glass, because in the Atlas Rises storyline, Artemis is trapped in the World of Glass, and he talks about it. He says that it's a sunless world, that he can never see the sun, he only sees stars. And that's not true of exotic planets. You can go to an exotic planet and the sun will come up. But in the World of Glass that Artemis describes, it's never daytime, it's always dark, and he was being pursued by something. He said he said something about 16 faces. So there's something evil hunting Artemis and other travelers that have been to the World of Glass. And that doesn't quite sound like the exotic planets. Plus, several different lore, both Artemis and others, refer to our exosuits as kind of going crazy when someone enters the World of Glass. That it starts to say horrible things, and the traveler has to turn off the voice of the exosuit because it's going crazy, it's threatening them. And the exotic planets themselves have lore that talk about our exosuits being some kind of being called Telemon that despises the travelers, but it's been forced to assist us as being inside of our suit. That's the voice that talks to us. So normally our suit's AI is forced to serve us, but I guess if you go to the World of Glass, then your suit's AI is free to start saying horrible, evil things to you, I guess. That's basically what I've gotten from a lot of the No Man's Sky lore that I've read. So I really don't think we currently have access to the world of glass. There is no place we can go to where it's always night, our suit starts saying evil things to us and all that. So I think that may be the next big feature that No Man's Sky needs to have and would help it to be more popular, because I think the world of glass could be really cool, because something people still complain about is that No Man's Sky is too easy, it's too grindy, there's not really a purpose, it's still aimless. That's what the author of the forum post said. He said that the storyline seems pointless, it doesn't really go anywhere. So I think that's what we need. The storyline, the lore of No Man's Sky needs a climax. It needs to finally have this horrible place, this ultimate challenge, the world of glass, where we go to, it's always dark. Maybe there's a darkness hazard, instead of cold, it would be like some kind of dark energy that would damage us, and we wouldn't have any shields against it. We'd have to run and hide in caves in order to avoid dying. And sentinels would be extreme. They would always attack us there because they want to preserve us and keep us there forever. And there could be whatever evil creature the Artemis talked about, the 16 faces, some kind of predator maybe that spawns, and there's 16 of them always attacking you. And so it's basically the ultimate challenge of the game. And so in the world of glass, which I believe we would access through portals, there's definitely a lot of illusion for that. We would access portals, go to the world of glass, and in the world of glass, that's where we have to do whatever it takes to save the universe of No Man's Sky. We've either got to stop the glitch that's destroying the Atlas, or we've got to somehow use it to contact a being outside of the Atlas's simulation in order to save the Atlas computer from being destroyed by a black hole or whatever. So that's my idea. I think that's where No Man's Sky needs to go next. We need an ultimate challenge, a final battle, so to speak. A final battle that really just involves exploring, but exploring in a really dangerous, difficult environment, much more of a challenge than anything we've had before, and eventually find whatever we need to in order to save the universe. That's my idea, is the world of glass. I think that's where we need to go next in No Man's Sky. And just to clarify, I love No Man's Sky. I think it's the best game ever. And it's just my desire that other people would see that No Man's Sky is so good, and that it could become as popular as it should be again. And I think giving the game more storyline and more of a climax and a final challenge is what it needs. So, of course, as you've seen as this video has gone on, Retired Scout, aka McLizard420, has another awesome base that you can visit. There will be a pinned comment in the comments, a pinned comment on this video that will have a link to the Spacing Guild website. Then go to Centers of Excellence, McLizard420, and go down to his Retired Scout base info, and that's how you can get the portal address for this base. But you've got to be on PlayStation 4 and in the Euclid Galaxy, and then you can come here and take advantage of all these resources. So thank you for listening to my rambling. I hope you liked my thoughts on the past and future of No Man's Sky. And I hope you'll come visit RetiredScout01's base, Center of Excellence. So I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And I will catch you in the next day that I am Mac.